Wow. What is going on, everybody? Jeremy here from the Quartering. That's my president and my vice president. Perhaps almost certainly now the president elect coming up after Trump's term. JD Vance absolutely destroying a ungrateful Volodymyr Zelensky in the Oval Office, a man who has taken billions of dollars in U.S. taxpayer money, billions of dollars in U.S. weapons to fight a war that he was frankly never going to win. This is a proxy war funded by the United States at the expense of both, the American taxpayers and the Ukrainian citizens who thought they were fighting for something when they were never really doing that. They were fighting on behalf of America for Ukraine or against Russia. This war is over. This war has been over. It may upset you to hear it, but it's the truth. They were never going to win this war. This was a disgrace that Joe Biden funded this. It is a disgrace that every one of these politicians put Ukraine flags in their bio with the same things that people were saying about Ukraine in 2014. It's a disgrace that Volodymyr Zelensky gets to walk into our White House and call JD Vance the B word, the female dog word. This is a man who couldn't keep his cool today, and he just lost everything. Look, Ukrainian citizens, I have no ill will towards you, obviously, and same with Russian citizens. This isn't a Russia versus a Ukraine thing. I nothing Russia and I nothing Ukraine. These are countries that I never deal with, are not a part of my daily life. My driver this past week who took me to the airport was from Ukraine. Very, very nice guy. No issue with Ukrainians. Your leader, Volodymyr Zelensky, is corrupt and has kept you in this war to enrich himself. And President Trump has just said enough is enough. And it's time to get to the clips. By the way, huge shout out everyone for helping me launch Coffee Brand Coffee on Amazon. If you go to Amazon right now and you search strawberry coffee or blueberry coffee, you're going to find our products in the top results. That's because of you. If you haven't yet, I'm hoping this weekend you'll give my products a try on Amazon. If you don't like strawberry coffee or blueberry coffee, you can buy whatever else we sell there. We have our full lineup. So if you go to strawberry K-Cups, you open that, you see all of our K-Cups are there. And we also have 72 packs that are deeply discounted right now. So if you already like our medium roast or whatever, it's all there. And please do, as a verified buyer, leave a review. That would be extremely helpful. We want people to know that we're not some fly-by-night organization, and your verified purchase reviews are extremely important to do so. So if you go there too, you can also do the Visit Coffee Brand Coffee store. We have all of our regular non-flavored coffee too, available at whole bean and ground. You can see almost all of it's in stock on Prime. You get a free shipping, but please do leave a review when you pick it up. Now, Zelensky kicked out of the White House. Seriously, thank you for your help with Coffee Brand Coffee on Amazon. Seriously. Zelensky kicked out of White House after Trump showdown as peace talks now collapse. Here is Zelensky calling JD Vance Suka, which is Russian, apparently, for the female dog.
I have been to. I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda.
There you go. He wants people to come to Ukraine. I don't know why. I don't need to go to Ukraine to know that they're in an unwinnable war. What President Trump and JD Vance were trying to do here, I know I'm going to probably ruffle a lot of feathers with this video. People will probably leave angry reviews on my coffee. They were trying to give Zelensky a dignified way out of this war. He has lost. He was never going to win this war. The money has dried up. And this isn't about being pro-Russia or pro-Ukraine. I am pro not losing more human lives. Hundreds of thousands of soldiers on both sides dead. Okay? I'm not supporting what Putin is doing. I'm not supporting what Zelensky is doing. But I'm saying it's time for this war to end. And if they don't want to end it, then they can pay for it. And by the way, all these dorks who are simping for Zelensky right now, you can see his rapid quote tweeting everybody. Here's the, Poland, all these countries. Slava Ukraine, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you guys can pay for it. You know, you have the president of Poland saying, oh, yeah, okay, cool. You guys can pay for the war. All right. Volodymyr Zelensky came into the Oval Office dressed like a schlub and tried to pass off the same propaganda that the woke media has been since the start of this ridiculous proxy war. He tried to say in front of the media that if we don't stop Russia, Russia's gonna go to war with the United States. He said that specifically. He said that. It's so bad that he lost Lindsey Graham's support.
President Trump was in a very good mood last night.
This is crazy.
Somebody asked me, am I embarrassed about Trump? I have never been more proud of the president. I was very proud of J.D. Vance, standing up for our country. We want to be helpful. What I saw in the Oval Office was disrespectful, and I don't know if we can ever do business with Zelensky again.
Should have never done business in the first place. You know, I mean, the fact that, like, you look at some of this stuff.
Except that there are disagreements.
Here, look, listen to this part, okay? I want to show the part where he tries to pass off the propaganda about, well, if the United States doesn't help Ukraine, you know, defeat Russia in this war, then Russia's going to go to war with Ukraine, which is nonsense.
You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way, so that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
Hey, I want to respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the President of the United States' words mattered more than the President of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
So right here, the disrespect begins. Zelensky should have just piped down, taken his mineral deal, because that would have put an interest in Ukraine for the United States economy, and Russia never would have attacked him again. You are about to watch a man completely screw it up and could cost hundreds of thousands more lives. All Zelensky had to do here was take the mineral deal. Now the United States has this big industry in Ukraine. Russia would never have touched them. But now he says, by the way, some of the things Zelensky says here are accurate. He says essentially, hey, in 2015, 2014, when Crimea happened, you guys did diplomacy, nothing helped.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now the President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact line?
2015.
2014.
I think it was 2014.
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
That's exactly right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, yeah, the situation the same. The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him. Me, like a new president, in 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel. We signed ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it.
This, I mean, I can't independently verify it, but in terms of the invasion stuff, what Zelensky is saying here is historically correct, except wildly out of place.
What kind of diplomacy JD you are speaking about? What do you
Calls him JD instead of Mr. Vice President, by the way.
mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Count once.
I have actually.
Well, USAID stopped paying for people to go to Ukraine on their propaganda tours, so I guess no.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring people, you bring them.
He just called him the B word there. He called him a B.
On a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future.
Right there, I don't know if he knew it, but he just made a huge mistake. This is where he threatens the United States, basically saying, if you don't help me defeat Putin, Putin will invade America, which is the BS lie that the left-wing mainstream neocons, by the way, also neocons, have spread.
God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless.
that.
You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on
position
this
to
question.
dictate that.
That's exactly
Remember
what
this.
you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influenced.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influenced.
Now, to be fair, I don't know if English is probably not his first language, but I do think that was basically the threat. Hey, if you don't help us, then Russia's going to go over
Right
with you.
now, not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position.
I
You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having
Not playing
cards.
cards.
Right now, you don't.
And we're not playing cards.
You're playing cards.
Now, that may be a translation thing. He's basically saying, like, you're not in a position to negotiate, bro. We're trying to give you a way out here, and you're choosing war, which is what he is doing.
You're playing cards.
Serious.
You're gambling with the lives of
war.
millions of people.
You're
gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country, that's back to you, far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once?
I mean, they just
Trouble.
I know.
You're not winning.
I know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful.
You've been alone since the beginning of the war? You mean you've been funded by the United States taxpayer nonstop?
I said thanks.
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet.
You haven't been alone.
In this cabinet.
We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion. We gave you military equipment, and your men are brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have our military...
You see him, he's literally pushing him around.
Say thank you.
I said a lot of...
It would be a damn good thing, and then you tell us...
Why Trump is erupting here, if you made it this far in this video, is Trump had essentially negotiated a way for this war to end. The mineral deal puts in a U.S. interest in Ukraine. Russia probably gets some amount of property, and it's done with. Okay? Zelensky keep most of his pride. Economically, Ukraine wins. Russia wins. It's literally everybody winning, but Zelensky wants to stay at war.
I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go, and
He wanted guarantees. He wanted NATO. He's not in a position to make demands.
wanted this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
with guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster.
He wants guarantees, which, again, Trump is...
The statement is...
It sounds like Trump has negotiated peace or a deal at least a way for the war to stop. Maybe you feel like it's unfair to Ukraine. Maybe you feel like it's unfair to Russia, whatever. I don't really care. I just want the war to stop. He felt disrespected, and he got dragged. And, of course, then kicked out of the White House. Zelensky kicked out of the White House. Trump says, come back when you want to talk about peace. I don't know where Zelensky goes from. I don't even know if he goes back to Ukraine. It's going to be very interesting to see how this shakes up. I hope you are informed. I will continue to inform you. Make sure to leave a like on the video and you subscribe or follow down below. And please do check out, go over to Amazon, type in strawberry coffee or blueberry coffee. Click through, give our strawberries and cream a try. I think you're really going to like it. It says March 19th through the 13th for delivery. It's going to be way quicker than that. They're checking in our latest shipment. We just sent them 500 more, but all of our flavored and unflavored stuff is available here. But we do need, hopefully, some of our viewers to leave some reviews, customers to leave reviews. So go ahead, when you go there, write a customer review, show some pictures of your product. It'd be very, very helpful. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.